Hi folks. Well, one thing I will say, I've just done the video about irony, hypocrisy, stupidity, and that's normal. Yeah. We'll put it this way. Do I feel bitterness towards the pastor or the church? No, not at all. No, now I feel completely free. Because I've always pretty much been of the fact that I'm never going to try to offend people, but I really couldn't care less if people are offended. If I speak truth, as I understand it right now, completely as I understand it, I'm not trying to hurt people, but just saying what I think is the right thing to say and truth, then whatever happens, happens. It's not my problem. But actually, since understanding that I'm not going to be going back to that church now, there's no point. Yeah, if the pastor can't get beyond the issue, then no. I mean, chances are this man's going to be led by God in any way, shape or form. No. I don't believe it. He's typical. What I would expect from an American pastor. Yeah. He's pretty typical of what I would expect. The arrogance is there. Yeah, I say calling yourself an apostle because of the fact that you think you are pastor, teacher, guide, leader, protector, and all of those things, when actually you're none of them. Well, certainly from what I've seen, you're none of them. Are you a leader appointed by God to lead that church? The evidence says no. Well, as I say, if you want the last two songs of the worship conference to be songs that are demonic, then the answer must be no. Why would God want that to be the case? Unless God wants the church to go down, 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 down. But if he wants you to take the church down, then yeah, I don't think that's something that should be celebrated somehow. Now it's possible God does want that, the church to be taken down, 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 down. But this church has only just come back from being taken down, 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 down. So why would God want them down again? Because they didn't learn from it, maybe. Yeah, I mean, the reality is that point about how pastors are going to deal with things, that basically it's okay for them to talk about your failures, but you can't talk about theirs. That sort of hypocrisy is church. Absolute church. If anyone, this is why no one in church will ever dare to stand up and say what needs to be said, because as soon as you stand up and say anything, they will attack you. Instead of asking God about what you said and asking if it's truth, they attack everything they can attack about you. Everything you've done, can they attack that? Yeah, because they want to stop you. That's the point. They want to stop you doing what you're doing. So if you're trying to talk about the issues in church, stop that person. Where does that come from? God? No, the devil. It comes from the beast. It comes from the world. It comes from that worldly understanding that now the world is in, and where you've got colleges that have safe spaces where truth cannot be spoken. If that truth is offensive, it cannot be spoken in those places. You have to attack the person who brings truth. Church has been on that. That's why I've asked the question. Where did it start first, society or the church? I have no idea. It would not surprise me if it started with the church. It really would not surprise me in any way, shape or form if it started with the church. Well, I say you've got a church that basically has looked to the world for everything. For how to set church up, for how to train ministers. And as I say, the church belongs to the beast. That's his kingdom. So you look to the beast kingdom and the beast ways to do church. So of course you're going to see the nature of the beast when you look at church. When you have a serious look at church, you're going to see the nature of the beast. You won't see the nature of God. You will see the nature of the beast, because who's the one who's in charge of the church? Who is the church giving its soul over to? The beast. Everyone came from the beast, and with the teaching of the church being so lukewarm and pukey and about encouraging people, not really challenging people, people were pretty much stayed as they were when they came into the church. A church being designed for babies, the problem is that people never grow and learn how to walk. If you never learn how to walk as a child of God, then all that crap that you brought in with you is still there. So you're still doing things and behaving as you would of the world. That's why when you challenge someone about the song they're singing, and that song is about I want to see you, not it should be they need to see you because you've already got him, that person gets offended rather than says, well, it's a good point. For personal worship, this song is great, but for church, maybe not so, because it should be about them, not us. Yeah. I mean, anyone of God would see that and say, okay, let's see if there's any truth in what this person's saying. But anyone who takes offence to it and says, no, I need to see him. Now, did she snap quite as much as that? No. That's overdoing it a bit. But, yeah. She did snap a little bit, yeah. Not as much as... No. I'm over-dramatising it, yes. Okay. No, as I say, it's because she's been taught that, that's how you respond to things like that in church. You know? Should it be? No, because, if this is the way the world is reacting, the extreme left, please protect me, someone said something nasty. And you're seeing the same in the church. That is not of God. So that's of the devil. So you've got that of the devil. You've got the training of ministers. They use college. They call it Bible college, but it's still a college. It's still the same college system. Yeah? Trying to train people according to a world system. What are you going to get? Are you going to get God? No. You're going to get the world. So, as I say, don't expect not to see the beast and the nature of the beast in church. You are going to see that. It doesn't matter whether they sing... Look, the fact that they're singing demonic songs sort of really pushes the point of what that church belongs to. River Church in Elgin belongs to the devil, does not belong to God. That's the reality. The Pentecostal church, certainly while Manuel was in charge, belonged to the devil. It did not belong to God. I can't pin down any other churches because I don't know exactly how they run. But looking around and looking at the evidence of what's going on in the world, I'd say the majority of churches are run by the devil, not by God. And so recently I've had a big issue with God just saying, come on, Father, the fact that people in the world don't believe in you, that's down to you. You've allowed things to get this bad and for this long. Yeah? Yeah, the church is full of normal human beings. And some of them are very lovely, some of them aren't. But, they're all people where they are. That's the reality. But if we're going to sacrifice the people out there for the people in the church, can't we do it the other way around? Can't we say enough with regards to the people in the church now? If they want to play church, then I'm simply coming from the point of view of saying there's a massive harvest to be brought in. And if you're in the way, then Father, if the church is in the way, get them out of the way. Yeah, get them in to your way if possible. If not, get them out of the way. I mean, doesn't the Bible, nearly swore there, doesn't the Bible say that the virgins are supposed to keep watch for when the Lord returns? Yeah, are those in the church really keeping watch? Are they concerned? No, I've done videos recently talking about the fact there are many in the church who are trying to sneak in to heaven. It's a sorry state of affairs. But again, it's down to the teaching. I can't blame the people. Not in any way, shape or form. If you've got people that are trying to creep in, it's because they've not been taught. The people in church should be furious with their leaders. Absolutely furious with their leaders. The reason why they're not is because the leaders have been allowed to get away with it because the people have wanted that. But that's because of the fact that they don't understand that that is going to lead them to the same destination as they would have been going to had they not have come into the church in the first place. They've not really changed anything. In many cases, all they've done is just wasted years in the church. If your life is not visibly bearing fruit, and don't ask the people in your church, ask God, is your life bearing fruit? To the degree that it should be. The answer for most people, for the majority of people in church, is going to be no. And yeah. But that's what I say. I don't feel bitter towards the people. I don't feel bitter towards the pastor. In many ways, I feel blessed that I've been able to see the issues. That's good. I mean, well, it's only good if that can be used as a way of helping people, whether helping them or helping other people, different people. I've no idea, but if that can be used to help people, then it's a blessing being able to see. Yes, of course it is. An absolute blessing being able to see that. So yeah. It's not the way I would have wanted things to go, but it's the way things have gone. So there you go. Yeah. It is what it is. But basically, look, the point about this video is to say, yeah, there's no bitterness towards the pastor or the people in the church. Yeah, I wish them well. But you have to expect to see the beast, the nature of the beast, in a church that has given itself over to the world. Well, as I say, Rick Godwin, years ago, in the, I'd say probably about 98 or 99, 98 I guess, 98. Because, oh actually good point. Now Rick Godwin was being actually invited to the King's Church before Pastor Grant Gill got there. Yeah, I think so. But it might have been when he was there. Rick Godwin said that Christ is not coming back for a prostitute bride. Rick Godwin said that in the 90s because he said a church in bed with the world. He said that in the 90s. We are now about 25 years on and things are worse now than what they were then. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. It is a quiet shame. Why God is allowing the church to get as bad as it got, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I don't have the answers to that one. And we will soon. I think we will soon. We will understand it soon. I just don't understand it right now. But I'm hoping that we will understand it soon. And I think we will be in a position where we do understand it soon. So yeah. It's an irritant at the moment. So yeah. Yeah. Now, can it be fixed? I've just done a video recently saying yes it can. And how to do things according to his will, his ways. Yeah. I've been talking about that. About doing things according to his will and his way that way. I've been talking about that for about 5-6 years now. If not longer. I say I've been asking God the questions about this stuff for decades. Yeah. 2 decades probably. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. Here's what it is. We still need more answers, I think. Yeah. And we'll get them soon, I hope. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye bye.